crawl to its paralyzed by pairwise dice. Then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Off the mirrors appear, quit, ready from ear to ear. Craving and rating and grain, rekindle the flame. Close as she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and sorry we've been MIA for a few days, but last week was kind of crazy. Had a bunch of stuff going on, and then I got sick on Friday, and it's just, man, I tell you what, trying to take care of yourself gets a little difficult at time to time, but I think we've kind of got under. I was sick yesterday again. It's just like I eat certain things, or if I drink certain things, it's just like my body, I don't know what it does. It goes into shock or something, but it's just like I feel like crap. Didn't work at all yesterday. In fact, I worked a little bit in the morning, felt pretty good, and then about 12:30, it was just, oh man, 1 o'clock, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Didn't even go train kids yesterday, just chilled out, and then about 6:30, 7 o'clock, felt fine. So I'm going to have to start watching my diet more and getting back on some sort of regular routine about what I eat, how much I drink, what I drink, get back on the routine again. Because after my kidney stones, I kind of said, screw all that. I'm just going to go do whatever back what I was. And my body, I think, is trying to get balanced in between not drinking this, not eating that, not doing this, not doing that, doing this. So I'll get it figured out sooner or later. You know, sometimes I'll get it worked out. I know I will. I ain't really worried about it that much, but I really need to. So, by the way, we are here. It's Tuesday at George's Happy Hog. In fact, our last show was here last week at George's Happy Hog, located 712 Culbertson Drive, just east of Lincoln, 2 blocks east of Lincoln, and right here in Lincoln Terrace. You can call for information for catering events, 525-405-525-8111. They're closed Saturdays and Sundays, open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 7, and then 11 to 5 on Saturdays. And, of course, on Sundays and Mondays, they're cooking and getting everything ready for the full week. So if you've never been here, you need to come here and check it out. It's fantastic. One of my favorite places to go. And, of course, we're here thanks to YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. So if you want to do that, that's great. And they loved the support on that as well. So go check them out. They are fantastic. We love what they do for us, what they do for the community. So please go out and support them. And now you can go by the main bank at 401 Elm, of course, in historic 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma, or at YNB East, which is off the Parkway at 66 or 39th Expressway, YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, and I-40, just south of I-40, can't miss it. And then YNB Peoples, located at Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur, so you can't miss it. So go by any one of those locations and check our people out, because I want to thank them for their support, for, like I said, for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. So we appreciate their support, appreciate what they're doing for us. Now, that being said, I tell you what, fantastic week, in football, pro football, and college football. Exciting games this weekend. And then not so exciting in college. With pros, it was just great games one after another. And, of course, we had it all loaded up and ready to go yesterday. But, once again, not feeling well. It was under the weather, so we didn't get a chance to go into it. So we'll do all of what we normally do on Mondays today. and then we'll get into the full week for football for in our college, or excuse me, NFL football today. Then tomorrow we'll jump into the college football, what's going to happen with that, and then of course what else going to happen for this weekend because there's some big games, and then of course the WNBA is about to start their playoffs, so we'll go in depth about all that tomorrow as well, and get excited about that, and then of course we're almost time to start our After the Storm, which is OKC Thunder post-game analysis show, and we should have our first show, of season 3 on that. And by all means, if you want to contact us, if you want to ask questions or whatever, please go to YouTube, search The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. Like, subscribe, hit notifications. And if you have any questions or any comments you want to talk about the show or comment I can give you, we can see your questions here on the show, and of course I can see your comments and I can give you props. Now After the Storm, we have a great following on that, so we're excited about that. So anyway, after the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, like, subscribe, notifications, ask questions or comments. After the Storm, OKC Thunder post game analysis show, like I said, we'll be starting that up, and then also we will be on Apple and Spotify on that too for this summer for our podcast. So we're excited about that. Or you can always go to MC Sports Network. That's www.mcsportsnetwork.com. You can do that. Now, I will say this. I have my Matt Clark Basketball Academy shirt on right now. And I've had tons of requests for these shirts. And, people are asking me, but, also our hashtag Just Sayings. So we're going to be offering those on our website also as well. So you can go there and you can do your hashtag Just Sayings. You can do them whatever color. You can do them in pink. You can do them in green. You can do them whatever. So if you want to do those, you'll be able to order those. And I'll let you know just as soon as that's up and running to where you can go in and you can just order your own stuff. And my guy will ship it to you so you'll know what everything is going to be and get everything set up that way. So that'll save you guys tons of time and asking me in that way. I don't have to worry about getting everybody T-shirts and, hey, I owe you 6 months. And then people will, yeah, I've been wearing my shirt for 3 years or 4 years or whatever. And they've all been free. So I don't really, I only have so many shirts that we can have. And then what we have left over, I tend to try to give to people. So, up and coming, you'll be able to do all that later, just not right now. But as soon as I get that done, you'll be able to order these Matt Clark Basketball Academy shirts as well as hashtag Just Saying shirts. Those will be available too as well at www.mcsportsnetwork.com. So you can order your own colors. If you want to, I don't know if it's extra, it's probably extra to put your own colors with it. If you like something that we don't have there, like we don't have all red. Okay? We don't have all red OU. We don't have that. Okay, just let you know. So if you want to do that yourself, that's not a recommended color by Matt Clark Academy. But if that's what you want and you want to do that, hey, go ahead by all means. But I'm not ordering that crap. But if you want to order that and put that on your thing, those will be available as well. So if you want to do that, that's going to be really ugly too. I don't even want to see anything like that. And don't you guys send me pictures of that either, because I don't want to see it. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about NFL and what happened yesterday on Monday Night Football. It was a really good game. I thought it was one of the best games of the year that we've seen. The Falcons and the Eagles, they're both 1-1, and the Falcons should be 0-2. I mean, they should be 0-2. Everybody gets upset about what Nick Sirianni did on third down at the end of the game to solidify the game. Saquon Barkley, you got to catch the ball. But now, if you don't catch it, then what does it do? The clock does not stop, the clock stops and all that. But if he catches it, he's either going to score this first down, okay, and the game's over. But instead, he drops the pass and does not make the play, which, of course, Giants fans are overly thrilled and excited about the fact that he did not catch the ball, that he dropped it, so they're excited about that. But what a great game it was. Eagles' defensive secondary is just, Kirk Cousins drove basically 90 yards in a minute to score. And then they get the ball back in plenty of time to do something. And then what bugs me about what happened is you're there, you can win the game, and what do? Jalen Hurts throws INT. You have 20-something seconds left. You're only 20 yards away, and you have a timeout, and Jalen Hurts throws an interception. And now, granted, the Falcons did something the Eagles did not on defense. They actually pressured Jalen Hurts. Kirk Cousins, he's coming off a torn Achilles. And you didn't pressure him. He just stood in the pocket all day long. Yeah, any quarterback's going to make throws when they get no pressure. So anyway, great comeback, great game. Kirk Cousins actually performed on a Monday Night Football game, the stage, which is shocking in itself, but he did get it done. The Falcons took care of business 22-21 over the Eagles there at Lincoln Financial. Kirk Cousins, 21 of 29 for 241 yards, 2 TDs, no picks. Jalen Hurts, of course, 23 of 30, 183, 1 TD and 1 pick. And I won't say Jalen Hurts was magnificent last night, but he was using his legs. And I think, last year he did not use his legs. And let's face it, they've won, 2 out of their last 10? Something like that. 1 out of the last 9 or something stupid, 2 out of the last 10. I mean, they're not playing well at all, and they're going to have to really fix that or figure out how to do something different. I mean, they're just going to have to. 385 total yards for the Falcons, 365 for the Eagles. Rushing yards, 152 versus 186. And I'll tell you what, Bijan Robinson, he's actually being used now, and I like what I see. And by the way, Zach Robinson, is that Zach Robinson that played for OSU, the offensive coordinator for for the Falcons? Because I saw that and I thought, I didn't look to see if that was him, but I think that was Zach Robinson, who was the quarterback at Oklahoma State University back in the day when I saw him. I said, yeah, that is Zach. Okay, 37. Yeah, I was wondering if that was him. I saw that, and I thought, man, is that Zach Robinson? Zach Robinson. So I want to say proud of him and proud of what he's doing and what he's achieved thus far. So I'm really proud of what he's doing. I mean, I just think he's doing well, and I was really, really excited about him. I didn't like what he calls, still think he calls this the OSU game. I mean, the OU game against OU back in the day. But I will say this, that I am proud of what he is doing and what he is capable of doing and who what he's done this far. I will say that I'm very proud of Zach and what he's doing. I mean, I can't say enough about that, and I think that he's doing great. And way to go, young man. Proud of you, of course, OSU guy. But I was wondering if that was him. That was the former Oklahoma State University quarterback back in the day. I'm glad that he is. I'm glad that he's doing well, and way to say, like I said, go Pokes. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. Bijan Robinson is just an absolute beast, and I think that he has the ability. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. He was not used at all by Arthur Smith last year the way he should have been, I don't think. But, I mean, you could just watch him last night and see how he plays. 20 versus 22, first downs, 0 turnovers for the Falcons, 1 for the Eagles. Of course, it was at the end of the game to seal the game for the Falcons. Time of possession, 24-35. The Eagles controlled the game, and they should have won. And that huge stop that they got on him on 4th down and 1. And then, of course, the Eagles get 3 points out of that instead of 7, or sealing the game. Like I said, I don't. When I look at it, I don't really have an issue with what happened with that because, like I said, I get both sides of it. I get where they don't have any timeouts and you're playing to win. To run the clock down. So if you run up the middle and you don't get it, they can't stop the clock. You run the ball down, you kick a field goal. They've got 30 to 40 seconds or whatever, a minute, a little over a minute instead of, what did they have, a minute and 40, 37, whatever, 34, whatever it was, with no timeouts. So I don't have a problem with what happened, but you stop the clock. And the one key deal at the end of any game is when you have the lead and the team doesn't have timeouts, you don't stop the clock. But I do not disagree with that. You throw the ball. Saquon Barkley is usually very sure-handed, not sure what he was doing by dropping the ball. It just happens. He almost alligator armed it. He didn't really get out in full extension to hit him on the tips. But that's a play that he's going to make 9 out of 10 times. He is. But it was just unfortunate for him, fortunate for the Falcons that he did not hold on to the ball and the Falcons were able to get the clock stopped. They kicked the field goal, and then zero defense. Zero defense. Zero defense. It was unbelievable. I mean, zero defense. I mean, no pressure on him at all. Boom, boom, boom. He looks like Mahomes going down the field is what it looked like. Boom, boom, boom. Down the field, score. That's what it looked like. I mean, they had zero pressure on him at all. Zero pressure. I mean, like I said, it was a great football game, and the Eagles, their defense is suspect. Now, I did have them, and I'm going to do my power rankings here in just a second, based on week 2, but I still, like, there's going to be some games. It's like I had the Cowboys in week 1. They were gone. After week 2, I just didn't have them in there last week because I'm like, I don't trust Dak. I don't like what I saw out of him at all, so I don't think they deserve to be in there, so I snatched them out after week 2. The Ravens are gone after week 2. What I thought about them and what they are thus far is not great. Now, do I still think they're 12 or 13-ish, the Ravens? Yes. But the way I saw it, no. So, but back to the Falcons, I've liked this team. I like when they got Kurt. I like what they had with Bijan. I like their offensive line. I think that what they did is bringing in a defensive coordinator who was with the Rams who understands, hey, I've got to be an offense. I've got to have offense. So what do? You grab one of the McVay's guys that are coming up, young guys, Zach Robinson. Hey, go give me a young coordinator. These young coordinators who are under him and under McVay and under Shanahan, go get these guys. They're young. They understand the game. They see what's going on. They've got the tutelage under the guys that they needed to be under, and also Andy Reid. They've got this. They know what they should be doing. Okay, but they're all younger. And Andy Reid, to me, is just brilliant. But, all the guys are younger. So they're figuring out more. And, Matt Nagy, okay, I like Matt, but, remember, under, my God, my mind just went blank. He's the head coach at UCLA now. Oh my God, Eric Bieniemy. You look at what the Chiefs were in the red zone. The plays that he was calling in the red zone for them to get what they were, finishing top 5, first and second in the red zone. Now they're not. I mean, they're under Matt Nagy for 2 years. Hasn't changed. Whatever he's doing, whatever the play. Now Andy Reid's still organizing and setting everything up, but Matt Nagy is calling the plays with him, and it just doesn't seem like that what they're doing with Matt Nagy and Reid versus Bieniemy and Reid aren't the same. The plays aren't being executed properly. And on top of that, when you look at what he's doing and what they're doing there at Kansas City is completely different. So do you go younger with the Zach Robinson, with all these young guys who are coming in now, who are getting the experience, who are understanding what they should and should not do because they got this tutelage under these younger guys versus Andy Reid? Which I mean, Andy Reid's the dude, don't get me wrong. But that's what seems to be the trend. So this weekend, we'll see what's going to happen when they play each other this weekend. So we'll see, because remember the Falcons, well, you don't know this, but we're going to show you in a minute. The Falcons and the Chiefs do play each other on Sunday night in Atlanta. So that's going to be a whole different set of deals in itself. So, but anyway, here in the NFL this weekend, we're going to go ahead and go over the scores because we missed this yesterday, so we'll go over the scores, what happened yesterday, what happened Sunday in the NFL, and then we already talked about last night, so we'll talk about what happened Sunday. Here are the scores. The Niners, of course, were beat by the Vikings, and in fact, what's crazy is that the Vikings' 2 losses have been, road losses, have been against the Vikings. Isn't that crazy? But once again, we're going to see what kind of guy Brock Purdy is. I'm not overly thrilled with Brock Purdy. I think he's a pretty good guy, but, for him to be making $60 million, kind of like Dak Prescott to me. I guess you give him the money because that's what the market says. But to me, why am I overpaying for somebody? I just don't see that. Then, of course, the Seahawks and the Patriots, what a good game that was. And the Patriots, thus far, hey, they're formidable. They're playing well. Nobody expected them to do what they're doing. But you know what you do? You get your great defense out there. You get your quarterback who doesn't turn the ball over, and you take advantage of opportunities. That's what you do. That's what the Chiefs are doing. Chiefs are playing great defense. You're holding teams to 3 points. You're giving your offense opportunities. You're getting some turnovers and scoring some scooping scores. Getting 6 points off defensive turnovers. And that's what you do. And that seems like that's what the Patriots are doing, getting them a quarterback and seeing what's going to happen with that. Giants and the Commanders. I saw this stat the other day. And the Giants scored 3 touchdowns, okay? 3 touchdowns. And when I saw this stat, this just blew me away, okay? Teams in the NFL to score 3 touchdowns while not allowing a TD are 1,294 and 2. 1,294 and 2. The Giants are the other team to lose. I think the Rams did it in whatever 80-something. 1,294 and 2. Scored 3 touchdowns, don't give up a TD, and lose a game. That is just crazy. The 89 Rams lost to the Vikings, okay? And then that was the other one, the 89 Rams. I mean, that's just amazing to me. It's the Giants. I'm just going to move on. Chargers and the Panthers, I tell you what, Justin Herbert getting hurt is going to affect them this weekend, but I think that, the formula of what Jim Harbaugh does, look, we're going to run the football. We're going to be physical up front on the offensive and defensive lines, which is what he did at Michigan. Same thing he did he's with the 49ers before. Same thing he did at Stanford. It's the same thing what he does. We're going to be physical up front. We're going to get a quarterback. We're going to get us a running game. We're going to find me a running back that can run the football. And then we're going to play action pass it, and we're going to give me some receivers I can catch, and the quarterback can distribute the ball perfectly. That's what we do. That's the secret to his success. We're going to play good, solid defense. Now, that being said, to me, they beat the Chargers. They haven't played anybody really. They played the Panthers. I mean, they haven't played anybody yet, so we'll see how good their defense is. But with Bosa, I mean, come on now. They can't be too bad, and we're going to see what they're doing. With that end, because you got edge rushers, you've got 2 tight end, 2 offensive tackles who are young. You've got a young quarterback. J.K. Dobbins is running like a monster, like he did before he got hurt for the Ravens, and so we'll see what they do with that. The Saints and the Cowboys. Sorry, Drew, but your team, the Cowboys, I'm not a fan of them. I'm not excited about them. Have not been a fan for them for a while. Dak Prescott, $60 million. Jerry Jones. I don't care what you say. Dak Prescott is not worth that much money. And defensively, they've got some issues. But you still got to score. You still get the ball back. If they're scoring you, you have the ball. You tell me you can't go score back on them? You can't go score? I mean, come on now. But once again, Dak Prescott's record against good teams, it is what it is. Now, the Cowboys were at home, so they should have won because they are at home, and they are formidable at home, 16-1 in the last 17 games. Formidable. But once again, if Dak Prescott plays against a good team that he gets behind, they can't do it. They're front runners like unbelievable because that defense can pin their ends back, and they can just run at you. But when they're not, they just run down you. They get the ball run down their throats because they can't stop anybody. They don't have any linemen to stop people. They are let me get the lead, and then let me attack you. That's what they are. Colts and the Packers, I tell you what, Packers, wow, the Packers won. That goes to tell you what kind of young team they have. You put the right coach, you put the right quarterback in there with the right coach who can coach him up to give him some abilities. Malik Willis hadn't thrown a touchdown, had did this, had did that, doing all the things he needed to do for the Packers for them to beat the Colts. But once again, young team, we'll see what happens with those guys. It's a good Packers win, though. Like that game. And Richardson, he does some stuff, but he's still young. He's still rookie. He's still got some things. Second-year guy still got some things that he's got to develop. But he hasn't played enough games. Remember, he's hurt in Florida. Came in, didn't play, got hurt last year. He hasn't played enough, but his intangibles of what he does with his feet and his arm and things that he can do once he actually learns how to play, he's going to be a hell of a quarterback for the Colts. Browns and Jaguars. We did have a Deshaun Watson sighting, and I'm happy for the guy. I'm rooting for him. For him to have come from where he came from. I'm rooting for Deshaun Watson. I don't want him to be a has-been. I don't want him to be in the past. I want him to be somebody who can actually come back and get something done. I hope that he can. I hope he can get it and turn it around. And then the Jaguars. I'm sorry, Trevor Lawrence. You have been a complete disappointment. Complete disappointment. Jets and Titans. Jets, I got lucky. Titans drive all the way down. They have any other quarterback but Will Levis. He's made two of the dumbest things I've seen. Okay, in a quarterback. I don't know if that's bad or the Mark Sanchez where he bumped in the back of his offensive lineman, fumbled the ball and lost. And then what other game was it that somebody bumped into the quarterback who lost? And they picked up the Giants. They lost. I forget who the Giants lost to in a similar situation. And I think they even lost to the Jets in that situation where somebody fumbled. I mean, just bonehead. How do you not take care? I mean, I don't know. You close your eyes and run into the back of your lineman as a quarterback. I don't understand it. But the Jets got away with one, and congratulations to them, even though I think Aaron Rodgers, thus far, only playing 2 games, so I'm not going to really hold my judgment. I'm going to kind of wait on see what's going to happen with him. Let's see, the Buccaneers and the Lions. Baker, touchdown maker, or whatever they call him. I'm still not a fan of Baker, just not a fan of him. I mean, I think that, I will say this, I'm more of a fan of him now than I used to be. I'm going to say it like that. I am. I thought he was a little punk. I didn't like his attitude, the way he was, being all bravado and, doing his chest and doing the things he did. I just was not a fan of his. After he got humbled, I've been more of a fan of him lately than I was before, but we're going to see now that he got his money and he's got some success and he's getting a little bit more airtime. Let's see what he does. So we'll be seeing. But right now, congratulations to him beating the Lions. Huge win for them, getting them some revenge on the Lions from the playoffs last year. The Raiders and the Ravens. Lamar MVP. The Raiders have lost. The Ravens have lost, 7 games where they've had a lead in the fourth quarter and lost. Same thing with the Eagles losing. Where they lose 6 games last year. In the last 2 minutes, something stupid. I mean, you got the lead. Give the ball to Derrick Henry. What do you have him there for? Hand the ball off. Run the clock. I don't understand what the Ravens are doing. I don't know if they know how to. You got rid of your run offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, and you got the guy from Georgia. So you got him in there, the young guy that runs the young single caller. He's still trying to figure it out. I don't think he knows. I got this guy from Georgia. I ain't never had anybody like this as a quarterback. What do I do with this running back, Derrick Henry? I don't think he knows what to do with them yet. I think they are confused. But once again, they barely lose to the Chiefs, and then look what happens. They lose to the Raiders. And the Raiders are a good team, let's face it. But if you got a 10-point lead, I promise you, if the Raiders have got a 10-point, is down by 10 to the Chiefs in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes to go, whatever it is, they're not winning. They're not going to beat them. So the Ravens, I don't know, but now granted, the pass that he threw to Bateman, you got to catch that. Because he hit him in the hands, bounced up that interception. I don't blame that on Lamar. People on the block, Lamar hit him in the hands. Dude, you got to catch the ball. You catch the ball. But once again, why are the Ravens not running the ball with Derrick Henry and let him pound him, beat him up? You got a 13-point lead. Run the ball. That's all I'm saying. Run the ball. That's just my take. Rams and the Cardinals. Kyler was spectacular. Spectacular. He was amazing. He was the old Kyler that we saw when he was at OU and the things that he did for them and then what he did his rookie year at the Cardinals. But, okay, let's kind of put in perspective, too. Even though he was that, the Rams, oh, my God. Matt Stafford, I feel sorry for him. They are complete. Wow. They're a mash unit, offensive, defensively. No line. Your 2 best offensive weapons are gone. Your 2 best receivers are gone. I don't know what to say about them. It's just bad. It's just bad. They've got to figure it out, and it's just really ugly when you look at that team and what I was just, I mean, Sean McVay, you're going to have to do some coaching this year, bro. Matt Stafford, stay upright and stay healthy, bro. Bengals and the Chiefs, like I said, what a great game that was. I don't know what it is with Mahomes and the Bengals. I don't know what it is with them. But he just seems to not play well against them. I don't get it. I don't get it. But then when they need to score, he makes plays. Because everybody forgets, that is, the dude on Cali Curry, Jason, whatever his name is, he just says stuff so people will say his name. He's an idiot. The refs, that was a pass interference. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care how mad you are, whether you like the Chiefs or not. It's a pass interference. The refs did not get involved. It's a pass interference, okay? If you're going to say that, then why didn't you say the play before that where, what's our boy's name? Wanye Morris hit him in the face. With the pass on that, remember? Threw it to Rashid. That's first down, field goal range, game over. But, boom, all of a sudden, call that, hands to the face, throws a 4th and 16, throws a perfect pass, hits him in the back. Why are you even talking about the referees? You're a jackass. But once again, what does he do? So people like me will talk about him. That's all it is. But he's a jackass. Dude, that's what happened. Don't sit out there and get clickbait. You're a punk. You're supposed to be on national TV. You're supposed to have some integrity. Have some. Don't come out there and throw some computer out just so people will talk about you because you're an idiot. Come on, man. Anyway, great game once again. Joe Burrow, feel sorry for them. But, Jamar Chase and the stupid stuff they make. I mean, it's just like the Ravens and the Chiefs, both of them outplayed the Chiefs. But what happened once again, the Chiefs keep their composure. The Ravens and the Bengals don't. And that's the difference between them and what happened. Rams, Steelers and Broncos. And I said this last week. I said that Russell should not play because the Broncos know exactly everything about him. And I think if they play him, they lose. But because Justin Fields made this one play when they were running around the end, had that been Russell, he would have been tackled. But Justin, young, fast, great legs, quick, outran the defense for first down. That's a sack for Russell. That's what that is, a sack and an INT for Russell. But instead, because of Justin Fields, and he's playing better under Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith is basically helping him out, giving him the right plays, putting him in position to do things, but he still's got to throw the ball down the middle and throw some deep passes. Bears and Texans, there's a huge difference between C.J. Stroud and Caleb Williams. And I think you see it right there. Huge difference between the two. There's a huge difference. And when you watch the game, you can see that Caleb has utmost ability. He's unbelievable. But on the flip side of that, he still makes mistakes. All the things that he was now been able to hit the easy play, lower percentage. But he does have spectacular stuff, plays here and there in him. But he needs somebody to. I agree with Colin. Mahomes does the same thing. He would go out there and do some crazy stuff, and then Andy Reid goes, "Come here, boy, come back." Does Caleb have that? Does Caleb have that offensive coordinator? Okay, bro, come here. Slow down. This is what you got to work on. It's baby steps. Let's work on this. Let's work on that. And that's what Mahomes, he had the benefit, number one, of sitting behind Alex Smith for a year. Caleb does not have that. Number two, he had Andy Reid. Okay? Caleb doesn't have that. So those are two things that Mahomes had that Caleb does not. Now, if I believe that if Mahomes would have played, he still would have been fantastic his first rookie year because you still have Mahomes. I mean, you still have Andy Reid. But I think his progression would have been longer. It would take him longer simply because of what, you still have to get there and learn and understand the system. And just sitting for a whole year, understanding what it's like to be a professional, understanding what you have to do as far as learning how a professional does at quarterback. What's your work ethic? What time you get into the facility? What do you work out on? What do you this? What do you? All of those things are necessary, okay, that Mahomes had that ability to get from him. From Alex Smith. Caleb does not have that. So the question is, are the Bears going to be able to rein him in, get him somebody that understands what's going on to help him be everything he needs to be? That's the question, and we shall see if that happens. So let's take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for computers, Let me see if you have need for engineering, surveying, or planning, which basically means if you're building a new complex and you need some help with it, or if you're have a water treatment plant. And who doesn't like clean water? I like clean drinking water. You like clean drinking water? Hit our guys up over at SRB. Mark Long and the guys can take care of you and make sure you do have clean drinking water if that's what you need there in your county or city. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers, software, to make your office run smoother through networking or through custom software design, they can do all that for you. And also website design, which they're doing for us. And they're putting that together right now for us so you can go in and buy these shirts like I have my Matt Clark Basketball Academy shirt and hashtag Just Saying shirts. So we need to do that as well. And then, of course, hit those guys up. So like I said, pretty soon, that way you don't have to ask me for any shirts anymore. Hey, go to my website, www.mcsportsnetwork.com. Hey, go pull it up, order your own shirt. You'll be able to pay for it, get it done, be over with it. Oak Grove Trucking and my guy, Jose Fierro, if you need for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my boy up. He can take care of you in that dump truck. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to come out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into their main bank. There are 5 locations. The main bank at 401 M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway in 66. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, south of I-40. And which, of course, Drew, my boy Drew Hinton, says 212 steps from the Waffle House parking lot, which is really not, but that's true. And then, of course, YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, they are sponsoring us to be here today at Georgia's Happy Hog, located 712 Culbertson Drive, just east of I-40, east of Lincoln, I can't even talk, east of Lincoln, south of the state capitol, north of the OU Medical Center, and you cannot miss it. Closed Sundays and Mondays, open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 7, and of course Saturdays 11 to 5. Can't miss them. And then of course my guy, Elm Grove Clothing, and my guy Beaky Triplet, Jonathan Beaky Triplet. You can contact him at 405-332-8787. And of course here is the information for that. He's got great suits. In fact, we have a big awards banquet coming up, and he has provided my suit for me, so I cannot wait to attend the JFK Awards, the Community Service Awards for Santa Fe Family Life Center. That's this coming Thursday, September 19th at 7 p.m. at the Civic Center. Cannot miss it. It's going to be fantastic. We have several fun, cool recipients for awards that weekend, or that day. 6300 North Santa Fe. You can come by there and get more information, or you can call them 405-840-1817. Hit those guys up. Love to be able to take care of you all for this year on that. So it is great. So one thing that I thought was interesting is upcoming in the NFL this week, as far as the schedule is concerned, there's going to be some great games. Now remember, we have 2 Monday night games this week. This schedule. We have two Monday night games, which really we have one, because let's face it, the other game, does anybody want to watch the Jaguars and the Bills? Does anybody want to watch the Commanders and the Bengals? Now, if you have a choice, you probably want to watch Jaguars and Bills, if you have your choice. Let me look at that. But we start out this Thursday with the Patriots and the Jets. Guys, there's some weeks that the one thing about Thursday night since Prime took over, they don't really have that many great games. They really don't. And the Jets are 7-point favorites, 40 and a half is the over-under. And I'm sure you guys are like me. When you look at that, let me see. That when you look at the schedule, and I'm just like, man, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't. I'm like, why do they not have any games on their schedule that people want to see? And then on top of that, I don't like the people that they have. I don't like them. I don't like the people they have. I just don't. I don't like those guys. You know what I mean? I'm just going to sound terrible, but I really don't like them. I don't like the people that they have as far as their hosts. I'm not a Tony Gonzalez fan. I mean, I think that I just don't like him. Okay, I don't like Herb Herbstreit. I mean, I like him in college, but I look at him as NFL. I just don't. I don't like him. I don't. I don't like him. He's just not. When I look at him, he's just not somebody that I really look at and go, man, I really like this guy. I really want him on. I don't. I just don't see that out of Kirk. I just don't. Okay, I really don't. He's just not. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way, but he's just not somebody I look at and go, man, this guy right here is just somebody I really get excited about watching. I just don't. I know that sounds terrible, but I really don't, guys. I mean, I know. I mean, I guess I should be different, but I really don't. It doesn't. He doesn't do it for me. He really doesn't. And I'm sorry that he doesn't, but he doesn't. So, but anyway, that's what's coming up on Prime. I got that. Like I said, I'm going to watch it because I want to see what happens. I want to see if the Patriots are for real. So I will watch it because of that. But, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not that enthusiastic about it, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I know that I will because I like football, and if I don't have anything else on Thursday, oh, wait, I do have something on Thursday. So I will not be watching it this coming Thursday because we have the JFK Awards, so I will not be watching that particular game. Whoa, got saved. So I'll probably have to watch it later that night to be able to figure it out, and then, of course, I will get back to you on the show on Friday to let you know my thoughts on it. Of course, Sunday, we have the Giants and the Browns at noon. The Browns minus 7-point favorites over the Giants, and once again, only the second team in history to score 3 touchdowns, not give up any touchdowns, and lose the ball game. Unbelievable. Still just what a farce. 38.5 is over-under for that. Packers and the Titans. I'm not a Will Levis fan. I don't know how the Titans are a favorite over them in the Titans, but they are. That's got to be a mistype, but it says that they are, but we'll see. I won't be watching that game either unless I have. Here are my choices at 12 o'clock for Oklahoma. We have the Giants and the Browns. Like I said, the Packers and the Titans. We have the Bears and the Colts. And the Colts are minus 1-point favorites. And that's going to be, Caleb Williams versus Richardson. So that's going to be a good game. But and then we have the Texans and the Vikings. So we'll probably watch the Vikings and the Texans since we're Central Time on CBS affiliate. And then, of course, on the Fox affiliate, we have the Eagles at the Saints. The Saints are plus 2.5, over under 48.5 on Fox. So the 3 games we have the choice on Fox are for the Broncos, Buccaneers, the Titans and the Vikings. The Eagles and the Saints, the Packers and the Titans, and the Giants. And of course, we'll be watching the Eagles since Jalen Hurts was a former OU football player, former quarterback. That's the game that we'll probably have on here. And you have Broncos and Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield is the other one. So, who do you like? Do you want to see Baker or you want to see Jalen? Do you want to see the Heisman Trophy winner or do you want to see the other guy? So, Broncos and Buccaneers versus the Eagles and the Saints. Wow. I'm thinking I'd rather watch the Eagles and the Saints, but of course, I'm sure they'll probably have Baker touchdown, or whatever they called him, in that game. I think the Broncos and Buccaneers, I think that's probably what they're going to have on Fox, Baker Mayfield, because those are your choices on the 2 that you have. Which OU quarterback you want to have on. So those are the 2 guys you're going to have on. So you probably need to go to a place to watch that on a go to a restaurant or bar, sports bar or whatever to watch that game. So that way you can do multiple games that have multiple looks, which I do recommend people go to the sports bar, have some brunch, chill out, have a sandwich, have a close special, have whatever you want, and watch football. That's what I suggest that you do if it's just me. That's what I would do on Sunday to see what those games are. But anyway, you got those particular games are your ones. Then, of course, you have the 3 o'clock games. Man, 3 o'clock, we've got some good games. You have the Panthers at the Raiders, and of course, the Raiders are -7-point favorites. 38.5 as the over/under for that. I think that I take the over in the Raiders. They're going to spank. The Panthers are just. I feel sorry for Bryce Young. He's just. It's like they've taken all of his confidence away, and it's just sad watching him play. It really, really is hard watching him play. Then, of course, you have the Dolphins against the Seahawks on that 305. Man, I tell you what, Seahawks are -6.5-point favorites, 42.5 is the over/under. I think that's going to be a great game between those two. The Seahawks probably going to handle their business at home, but on that other side of it, who's going to be the quarterback for the Dolphins? And they say that Tua wants to come back, and we've talked about. I talked about that last week. Dude, what are you gonna come back for? I don't. That's something that you're talking about your life. Is that what you really want to do? That's just me on that. I think the rest of your future. But then again, he is 26 years old. He's got that $180 million guarantee. Of course, he's not going to get all of that because he got injured, so he's not going to be able to do it because he's not going to be able to fulfill the contract. But dude, I know for me, back when I played, I played with some stupid stuff. Hey, give me a shot and let me move on. So, as an athlete, that's what you do. You want to play. But, man, think about this. At 50 years old, how do you enjoy your kids? You got your wife taken care of. You're going to have to be, you could be, not to say that he will have ALS because not everybody does that. Not everybody has it. So let's just get that out there. Not everybody has a bunch of concussions, and that hits them. Not everybody happens, but the majority of them, it does. And so, he could be that percentage that doesn't. So, he's going to take a percentage. He's going to take that. It's like, well, what do you do? Like, what did Michael Jordan say at that time? If he had a headache and if you take a pill, there's a 1% or 10% chance that it can kill you or whatever. And do you take that pill? And Michael Jordan said, depends on how hard is my head? How hard does my head hurt? If my head is fucking killing me, I'm gonna take that pill and take that chance. So that's the athlete's mentality, and I get it. But me as an older person, I know that I'd say don't. But as a younger person his age, hell yeah, I'm gonna play. The stupid shit I did to play, it's just, I think back, what the hell was you thinking trying to play under those circumstances, you idiot. But I think that's where he's at, to be honest with you, Tua. The Ravens and the Cowboys, that game is even right now. 48.5 is over/under. That'll be on Fox. I'm sure that's the game we're going to watch since we're a Cowboy nation here in Oklahoma and it's so close. Man, I tell you what, that's going to be a hell of a game. That's going to be a hell of a game. That's going to be a hell of a game. That's all I can say. It's going to be a hell of a game. Niners and the Rams. And I'll give you my prediction on that probably on Thursday. I'll have a better feel for those games after I see what's going to happen with that. But if I had to take my choice, I don't really have one right now. Niners and the Rams. The Niners are beat up. The Rams are they're both match units. But on the other side, we're going to see what Purdy really is, like I said, number one. Number two, the Rams own the Niners. They just do. But I'm going to see. Rams +7, 45.5 at home. We're going to see how that works at SoFi. Be a bunch of 49er fans there. You got the Lions and the Cardinals. Lions got some stuff to prove. Cardinals +3 at home. 51.5 is over under. That'll be on Fox. But, of course, we'll have the Dallas Cowboy game. It's the game we'll be watching. Not that. Like I said, you'll have to go to a sports bar of some sort to be able to have multiple games on so you can watch multiple games. And just depends on where you live. It depends on where you want to go to watch a game. And, of course, you have the Chiefs and the Falcons. Chiefs +5. The Falcons are +5 at home against the Chiefs. Coming off a big win, they're going to be on another high. Mahomes, I think, is looking to rebound from what that 151 yards, his worst performance as a NFL player, not being hurt. But once again, he had plays taken back because of penalties. He should have had way more than that, but the Rashid Rice, Travis Kelce, both of those were called back, and those were probably, that would have added to one another, probably 60, 70 yards to his total. So, once again, Wanya Morris and What's the other guy? I can't think of. And then, of course, the tackle, and then who's the other guy? Somebody else got a penalty that took away 2 plays for them. So we'll see how that works, but I'm going to like the Chiefs in that game. Yeah, I'm going to like the Chiefs on Thursday, too, no matter how I look at it. Monday night, Jaguars and the Bills. Bills are -6. Josh Allen is one of my guys that I have up there. We'll just see what he does in that particular aspect. But Commanders and the Bengals, I'm going to watch the Jaguars and the Bills. That's just what I'm going to watch. I don't really care about the Commanders. They're going to get killed. The Bengals are 0-2. They're just going to smash them. Even though Jalen Daniels, I do want to watch him, Jaden Daniels. But the Bengals are 7.5-point favorites. 47.5 is the over-under. I think they're just going to smash them. That's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to smash them. I do. So I'm not going to really watch either one of those games. I mean, I will, because if I have to, I'm going to probably watch the Jaguars and the Bills if I absolutely have to. If you put my feet to the fire, that would be the game that I'm going to watch. Now, in my power rankings this week, I still have the Chiefs number 1. I have the Bills 2, have the Texans 3, the Lions 4, Chargers I moved up number 5, but we'll see this weekend. Saints, I like what they're doing. I mean, man, Zach, I mean, what these guys are doing, what they're doing, I mean, I tell you what, I like what they are doing right now. I like what's happening with them. Vikings, Buccaneers, I like what's happening with them as well. I like what they're doing. Let me see. I like what they're doing there at the Saints. Like I said, I like the Vikings. I tell you what, Kirk Cousins moves, and they lose Kirk Cousins. They don't move a step. They don't just have to lose a step at all. The Vikings, and then of course I have the Buccaneers and Baker. Like I said, I like what they're doing, and then of course the Niners. I still like them. I know that they're struggling, but I just think with their coach and depth, that defense and what they're doing, I'm still going to give them love. And then, of course, the Seahawks. Once again, Geno, keeping everybody, surprising everybody once again. The fact that once he got out and he got him a good offensive coordinator, he put himself in a good situation. He now understands the NFL, how things work. I think Geno has played really, really well, and I like what he's doing. So I'm sticking them up there right now, this week's top 10. Now, will they stay? I don't know, but we shall see. And then, of course, in college football rankings, this is where we stand right now in the rankings. And I'm sure some of y'all don't disagree with this. I don't disagree with the rankings at all. And what I see here, I can't. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with what the rankings are at this particular point and what's going on with them. I don't really see anything wrong with the rankings. You have Texas number 1, Georgia 2, Ohio State. I don't think anybody has a problem with Texas being number 1. Question is, what are they going to do now? Arch Manning is now coming back. Do I think Quentin Ewers will come back as the quarterback? Well, they're playing, Lafayette, Louisiana, or so whoever, Lafayette, Monroe, or whatever this weekend. So they'll smash them. Then they've got somebody else, another scrub, before they've got OU and Georgia back-to-back. And I think Quentin Ewers will probably be back by then. So the question is, what does Texas do at that point? Well, it depends on what Arch Manning is doing. Now, I don't know, but do I like him? Yes. I just think he's playing the best he can. Of course, Georgia number 2, Ohio State 3, Bama 4, Ole Miss 5, Tennessee coming into Oklahoma this weekend. I can't wait to see that game. Even though they're not going to let me wear my orange shoes, I think that's a bunch of BS, because Tennessee orange and OSU orange are not the same. Of course, then you got right at Missouri, Miami, Oregon, and Penn State. And then I have a question. How the hell does OSU get jumped by Kansas State, and OSU smashes the team they're supposed to smash? And Kansas State, of course, beats Arizona at home, and then OSU drops the deal. Wait a minute. I didn't understand that one. How do you drop, you win, you smash the opponents you're supposed to smash, and you drop one in the rankings? I don't understand that at all. And then, of course, when you go through the rest of the rankings, OU at 15, LSU 16. And the thing about OU, they have a big game this weekend. They've got a tough schedule. You've got Tennessee, you've got Georgia, you've got Alabama. I mean, you've got some tough games coming up, so you're really going to have to do something with them. So we'll see what happens with them and what they're going to be able to do. But I do have confidence in the Sooners, and I think they'll be fine in what's going to happen with them. So now we don't have the NBA to talk about, but we do have the WNBA to talk about. So we're going to talk about the WNBA. And, I was arguing with this guy this weekend, and he was trying to tell me, Caitlin Clark should be in the NBA. Dude, Asia Wilson is the best player in the WNBA. This is going to be your third MVP in a row. Caitlin Clark, here's her stats. She's averaging 19, 8, and 5. 40% from the field, 34% from three. Okay? Now, since the All-Star break, she's going to be a lot better. And she still don't know how to play yet. She's a monster. Now, should she be first team All-NBA, All-WNBA? Yes. But if she should be MVP? No. She's not even running for MVP. Rookie of the Year without question. And for them to put Angel Reese in there with her in the beginning, yeah, they're fine, but she ain't doing what Caitlin was doing. And I like Angel Reese, but you ain't Caitlin Clark. And it's not the same rivalry that people are trying to make with Magic and Bird versus Caitlin and her. It ain't the same. They're not the same player. They're not on the same level. Okay? They're just not. And Angel Reese becomes the first WNBA player to score 1,000 points in the season to win her third straight MVP. There's not even a question on who the best player is. I mean, that's not even for discussion. Caitlin Clark, fantastic player. First team All-NBA, yes. WNBA, yes. First W, they call it the W. 100%. But she ain't Asia. Now, in maybe a year or 2 years, maybe, after now, because it's going to take her a while, she reminds me of Wemby, of what Wemby did. It took him a while to figure out how to play on that level. I'm talking about the NBA. How do you play on that level? Where does your skill set help you? So I think that with Wemby and Caitlin, it's a lot similar, is that at the end of the second half of the season, played a lot better because figure out how do I get my points off? What am I going to score? What are the players doing? How they guard me? How do I get this? You got to figure out where your role is, how to score. And I think Caitlin has got that done. But she is not Asia Wilson. Not even close. Great player, different player. Angel Reese and her are not Bird Magic. Different types of players. Both of them could score. Both of them could decide a game. Caitlin could decide a game. Angel Reese, But Angel, she's a good player. But remember, a lot of her rebounds came on her misses. Caitlin Clark ain't getting rebounds on misses. She's getting rebounds on jump. Now, I will say that they did give her a rebound for her second triple-double. Reminded me of what the Thunder were doing with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook had a triple-double because of the Thunder. 100%. And you look at everybody, points was unbelievable. Assists, unbelievable. Rebounds, however, come on, man. You got those strictly because the Thunder allowed you to do it, which is a joke. That's the thing. After the Thunder did that, I was done with them. I'm like, how the hell are you gonna? This is the game. You're impacting the future of the NBA by allowing a player to do something he is not earning on his own. That you're helping him do simply because you're trying to put people in the stands so people will continue to watch because you got rid of Kevin Durant by picking him over Kevin Durant in the first place, which was a joke. It's still a joke. And now you're making the same damn mistake picking J-Dub over SGA. You lose SGA, you're gonna go in the same situation you were with Chet, with Russell. If you do that again, you did not learn your damn lesson. You did not learn your damn lesson. J-Dub, great number 2. Is he 2A or 2B? SGA is your 1. And if you think J-Dub is going to be the one, you're going to have a team concept because your coach is a team coach guy, you're not going to win. You're going to make the same mistake twice. You have 2 chances to do something other teams don't even get one of, barely get one. You got 2 great players, all NBA players, and you're getting rid of both of them to choose a guy who's not him? You're going to do it again? Anyway, I'm not going to get on my soapbox about that, okay? Not going to do that here. I'm going to jump into that when we do our After the Storm. That's when we're going to jump into that this coming weekend, or this coming week or the next week, whenever we start that back up. So that being said, I want to thank everybody here at Georgia's Happy Hog. You can see that I got, where's it at? There's my sack right here. Got my ends, my rib ends, got my greens, got my mac and cheese, because only on Tuesdays and Fridays they have mac and cheese. So I got my mac and cheese, got my greens. Got a girl, Cassie, we got her lemon cake. So she can have her lemon cake so she won't beat me up because she has to have her watermelon sweet tea and her cake on Tuesdays. Been doing it for over a year, and that's what we do for her so she won't jump on me when I get over to the gym. So that being said, hey, everybody enjoy this fantastic Tuesday evening, afternoon, night. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Have some fun. Smoke a cigar. drink a nice cold beer, whatever you want to have. Enjoy the patio